The truth that demands a verdict. You know, if you're in a game and you don't know the rules to the game, what possible chance do you have to be successful or to win the game? Well, I'm Joe Norman here in Wooster, Ohio. I grew up in tiny Holmes County. I immediately was attracted to sports, was very blessed, had some great success in high school, went on to college where I was an All-American linebacker and then a second-round draft pick for the Seattle Seahawks. In 1979, I was the 45th player chosen in the NFL draft. And, you know, I had my fair share of success. As you can see, I wasn't 6'6". I didn't weigh 250 pounds, and I didn't run a 4.40. I got where I got because of an intense desire to win, and I've never been afraid to do the hard work and the preparation that it takes to be successful and win. That translated into my business career where no matter what I did, I always wanted to know the facts. I knew that if I was going to have a chance to win, I had to know the rules, number one. And when it comes to business, I was stunned and shocked when I watched two particular life-changing turning point video series. The first one, if you go to YouTube, and in the search box, the keywords, type in this word right here, zeitgeist, and then after that, just put a space in there, the Federal Reserve. You'll see a 5-part series that will absolutely change your thinking, absolutely change your way that you look at things as far as business, investments, the U.S. dollar, and what's really happening, and most importantly, who's really in control making the rules and what the rules are. This is huge, folks. And then when it comes to money, one of my favorite, Robert Kiyosaki. Go type that into your keywords on YouTube, why savers are losers, and you're going to get a real healthy dose of reality when it comes to paper derivatives compared to stone cold hard assets. But you know, I go back to in time when I was a kid. I would never forget the first time I watched The Wizard of Oz. You remember the scene when they're coming down the hallway, Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion, of course, little Toto, and they're got to get about halfway down there, and then they saw this horrible, terrible, frightening person, I guess, or what they viewed as a wizard or even a god-type figure. I am Oz, the great and powerful. Who are you? You know, projected up on the screen, when in reality, it's just a little frail old man behind the curtain. And they really didn't know that there was a man behind the curtain for most of the movie. But the bottom line is, when it comes to living in this world, we've been watching and paying attention to the illusion, not the man behind the curtain. I'm going to take you back in time, October 2008, over $10 trillion of asset value transferred. You probably know some people that got hit hard when the bottom fell out of the market. And you know what? That money actually was taken by the man behind the curtain. Most people only recovered a fraction since that time of what they once had and worked years to accumulate. And most of these people are blaming those that did not take their money. People were and still are told that everything will be okay. There's nothing to be concerned about. It'll come back by the media and the politicians. And the question is, are you going to continue to believe them? You know, there's a healthy and growing number of people that know better and are not happy about it, and they're making their feelings known because the man behind the curtain continues to go about his merry way because he's A, undetected, B, he's telling people that everything is okay, your government will get everything back on track. Relax. Go back to work. Trust us. Don't touch your portfolio. Things will get better. Don't panic and do something so foolish as to sell all your stocks and put them into something that is not going to pay us. Meanwhile, the U.S. dollar in the last 2 years has lost 42% of its purchasing power. Why? Well, because of massive debt, inflation, and more money being created and added to the money supply. What's the man behind the curtain doing? Where's he putting his money? Well, central banks are net buyers of gold. The rich, the elite, net buyers of what? Gold. Gold is at or near record highs. Just yesterday alone, it was up $31 an ounce. Gold businesses, and I'm talking about any gold business, from the miners to the refinery, the mint, even up to brick and mortar stores that are in the gold. Everywhere you turn, guys, you see, come see us and bring your jewelry, gold, and we'll give you cash. Why? They're making record profits, preying on the cash-strapped poor. And the direct sales industry, let's talk a minute about the direct sales industry. I've been involved in several business entities, but I've also been involved in direct sales for 25 years. And I've noticed gold businesses are doing extremely well, and they're poised for even more record growth, sales, and profits. You know what? The money secret, it's not for just the rich. The direct sales industry is cyclical in nature, just like anything else in life. There's ups, there's downs. You know what? During boom times, good times, rising water lifts all boats. You know what? When money's flowing free and easy, pick a good company, you'll do well if you do the right things. But inflationary and market downturn cycles slow and maybe even halt the growth and momentum of most companies in the industries. And so you can either be in denial of that fact. That's not my opinion. We got the chart and the numbers to prove it, because in 2008, when the bottom fell out of the market, we entered into a down cycle. And a lot of people that are what I call crusty old veterans have been hanging on to positions for 5 years, 10 years, or even more. They're feeling it because their checks are down, their revenues are down, the retention's down, and in fact it's at an all-time low. And if you go to businessforhome.org, you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, this is not my opinion. The industry's top money earners in the last 2-3 years, I've noticed they're all, not all, but most are looking for a new home. Why? Because they have buckets with holes in the bottom. They work their rear ends off to put more volume in, they and their group, only to lose more out of the bottom. Sound familiar? Well, you can paddle against the current if you want to, or you can paddle with the current. Remember, this is a cyclical industry. If you go back in time, every downturn, it's the gold companies that do well. Everything else, it's like paddle. I'm not saying you can't do well now. You can, but you're going to have to paddle awful hard to make up ground against this strong current that is the economic environment, guys. People can't afford auto ships. People can't afford enrollment fees. If your opportunity has an enrollment fee, auto ship requirements, your company has to nickel and dime their distributors with all these fees, hey, good luck. I'm not saying it can't be done. It can, but it's going to be tough.